Yo guys, what's up? I just made the Bryan laugh. What's up? It's Blackheart here and welcome to a new video. So today we're gonna finally look at Bryan Fury Season 3. Okay, as you probably know already, this is one of my favorite characters in the game. I'm just joking, I hate him. I hate the living shit out of him. And today we're gonna see all that change with Bryan, but I gotta be honest with you guys, probably it was one of the few cards that actually got nerfed in this patch. We're gonna see why in detail. So let's go. First of all, as always, let's remember the universal nerf to installs that also he received, by the way. The fact that, of course, after heat activation, you know, like this, you lose install. Okay, you lose your install. So, for example, what does this mean for Bryan? Just to make a quick example, I don't know, let's say you do... You already need... no, let's say you do like this. No, like this. Okay, maybe, you do, for example, at the wall, after he dash in a combo, you cannot do the full wall combo with up forward. But now you only have the normal up forward 2-2-3 string. So, for example, he lost a little bit of damage in some combos, especially after he dash and so on. Apart from this, like, I think like losing install, of course, is a huge part of his gameplay even before. So now that he doesn't have install anymore after it, is a pretty big nerf for the character and for all the other install characters like him. So that's that is something we gotta consider first. Then new move, not a new move basically. Sidestep to 1 was reworked. How? So now, for example, now he can cancel the second hit of Sidestep to 1. Okay, so I don't see how this is useful. Maybe, again, it creates some mind games, because, of course, maybe sometimes you try to read the second hit and instead he tries to cancel it. So the cancel is minus 15 on block, by the way. So, of course, again, no one is gonna launch this, probably, because you gotta be super sharp and super understanding of the situation to understand that it's gonna cancel. And on reaction, doing a launcher is simply not doable. It's like Devil Jin's back 1 to cancel, basically, almost. So... Again, I don't think this will be launched by anyone, but there's a possibility, so better mentioning it. And the first hit now is +5 instead of +1, so it's a buff. But again, this move wasn't very used before anyway, so it was like almost a situational move. It's like not a move you were using every 2 seconds. It's still confirmable. But it's a little bit less confirmable, because now the input window for the second hit is reduced by 3 frames. So it's less hit confirmable by 3 frames. But as you can see, it's still pretty hit confirmable still. It's not like... You can still hit confirm it, a little bit less though. That's good to see, always. A little bit of execution more when you want to hit confirm something. And the second hit now, there's also a nerf, because the second hit now, instead of being -5, is -9. Of course, this is a compensation nerf, because now you can cancel the move. So again, you can create some mind game which you can do so something like this. And now the second hit on block it leaves even closer. So as you can see, this move was... I would say it's more nerfed than buffed, this move, if you ask me, honestly. Yeah, you can cancel the second hit, but honestly, the frames on block are worse. The hit confirm is worse. So yeah, it was not like the best used move ever for the character, and it got even nerfed. So it's okay, I guess. You can cancel, that's cool, I guess, for more mind games. Let's go on. Also, down 4 now leaves closer. That's also a nerf, because this move was fucking unpunishable sometimes in Season 2 or before. Like, this move, sometimes you blocked it and it was basically safe on block. Now finally they fixed this issue, and this move leaves way closer on block and on hit. So now it's way easier to finally punish. Thank fucking God. So that's also a nerf. Also, now there's a buff to back 3 1+2, a move that almost no one uses. Like, it's very situational as a move. It's not like something... And the second hit now on counter it. The second hit now on counter it does the Looney Tunes animation, and it knocks down for a guaranteed follow-up. Or also on a floor break stage, it's gonna floor break. So again, that's another buff, but again, this is pretty, I would say, almost useless. I'm not saying useless buff, but it's not like a move that counter hits you a lot, let's say. It's not like his best counter hit tool, but it's there. Let's say that if you hit this, now you hit even back a bigger reward, especially on stages with floor break. Also, now there's a pretty big nerf, because now back 4. I don't know if there's something guaranteed here, by the way. I'm not sure, because it's +9. So yeah, I don't know. Bryan Mains will delight me in the comments, but that's not the big part. The big part of this is that now, basically, before you knew that there were some kind of resets on the back with back 4. He was doing basically back 4 into back 4 into back 4, and basically the situation was resetting over and over again. And the only way to escape this was basically either throwing or doing something like mashing, so you were back on the front of Bryan, and then he was gonna do the judge up or something at the wall. Now again, the situation was severely nerfed, because now it knocks down for I don't know, for a guaranteed follow-up or something like this, I don't know, but again, the thing is that now the situation cannot be reset over and over on the back. So that's a pretty big nerf, and I love this, because this situation was fucking bonker, fucking cancer at the wall to deal with, and it was basically overblow the damage. It's fine, and it's finally gone. Thank fucking God. Also, his power crush now on down hit has changed the behavior. Honestly, I gotta be fair with you guys. I don't remember what it did before, but I guess what changed here is that the pushback on hit is way bigger. So now there is not for example, a Oki situation like it used to be before. So again, a little bit of nerf of Oki, for example, out of back 1+2 Oki, for example, you know, because this is basically what you did after back 1+2. You did the power crush, and now the Oki is a little bit worse. So again, it's another nerf. I love all of these nerfs on Bryan, because finally this character deserved this and even more, if you ask me. Another nerf, because we have, because basically this move, okay, as you can see now, even on side hit, has the same hit animation as front hit, as you can see. Like, I'm on the side here, but when I hit Kazuya, it has the front hit animation. Why did they do this? Because before, if you hit the opponent with a side hit, with the up forward 222, it was still a launcher. If you did hit burst after this, it was still a launcher 13 frames from side hit. Basically, during this nerf, they fixed this situation, so now this move is never a launcher, not even a situational launcher. Again, this is good, because this comes out from a 13 frame string, for fuck's sake, so it's good, and now it never launches, for fuck's sake. So again, this is a nerf to this specific situation that it used to launch. Okay, I love all of these situational fixes and so on, because it made the character very stupid, very broken on some stuff, and all of this stuff is finally gone. Thank fucking God. Also, Taunt. On the Taunt, they did something peculiar. They increased the distance from the opponent on a down hit. And why did they do this? They did this because basically, this is the Taunt, because before... Taunt into Ragehard was guaranteed on the ground. I don't know why, don't ask me why. And this situation is simply gone. Now nothing is guaranteed after Taunt on down hit, because basically it pushes back, and there's nothing guaranteed, simply. Thank fucking God. This was fucking stupid that it existed in the first place. And also now Taunt Eat Smash, you know that before you could do this into Eat Smash very, very fastly and very easy. So Taunt Eat Smash was very easy to do. Guys, I probably won't hit this, because I don't have the bind on the Taunt, and I don't want to set this up now. But trust me on that word, okay? Here we go. No, I seem like an idiot right now, because I don't have the bind. Yeah, like this. You see, Taunt into Eat Smash. Taunt into Eat Smash before was very easy to do. You just hit Taunt, and even if you pressed Eat Smash after a lot, it was still counted as a follow-up hit. Now this situation is gone. Nice, because it was basically almost a free unblockable Eat Smash on Oki. Amazing character, amazing piece of shit character, by the way. Fuck Bryan always. Fuck Bryan always. So again, this was gone. This is gone. Sidestep 1, another change. I think this is a buff. I'm not sure, but this used to do something only on counter it. Now it always guarantees down back 1+2 hit engager or something like this. So that's a buff to Sidestep 1. Again, it's not a move that you use very much with Bryan, but now it has a little bit more of utility, because it can go to hit a little bit easier. So again, I like this because the changes and the buffs on Bryan were not like game defining. The buffs on Bryan that we saw this patch are not like the biggest buffs ever. So I like that they try to balance the character more in tuning him down instead of giving him even more tools. Finally, proper balancing on Bryan. This is a positive video, by the way, if you didn't understand. It's the same with Anna. They finally nerfed the character properly, even though I think they still didn't do all that was needed to do on Bryan, but again, I'll tell you why later. Also, that's also another big nerf. Imagine how much you need to nerf this card to finally make him honest, but okay. Snake Eyes, the Incinerator move, basically. Snake Eyes forward to add. This move was completely destroyed, finally, because this move was fucking abusable, and they finally toned him down again. Because, why? Okay, so first of all, now you use more heat to do this move. So, more heat consumption on this move, and that's the first nerf. Also, the third hit now is from -7, now it's from -2, now it's -7. So it's a little bit easier to control Bryan after this move. I don't know why it was -2 in the first place, and why they buffed this move to Oblivion. The fourth hit now, instead of being -3, it was -3, for fuck's sake, you're fucking drug addicts. Now it's -10. So you can actually finally punish the move on block. Not only that, but the fifth hit, the opponent's recovery time when blocking the fifth hit has been reduced by 3 frames. So now the final hit of the move is -13. It's -13 and it leaves way closer. So finally this string, it has become a little bit with more counterplay, definitely. It's not like a completely free string with a million hits, but now you gotta be careful and you gotta think about what you're doing when you're using this fucking string. Not only that, but now also, you can also interrupt in between. So let's say I do the fourth hit. If you do 10 frame punish, even if I do the last hit, okay? I do the fourth hit. If you do 10 frame punish, even if I do the last hit, it's still gonna count as a punish. Like, I don't have the time to interrupt you with the final hit, your 10 frame punish. So it's always a punish. Not only that, but you can also step the final hit way easier. So basically this move has been really gutted a lot. And I would have loved these kind of changes, okay? I would have loved these kind of changes for a lot of characters. Like, you see how this move was completely destroyed, okay, because it was one of the most obnoxious stupid strings in the game before. They should have done the same to a lot of characters like this. This is good, this is healthy changes for the game. You finally nerf a heat move, basically, and it's not something they did to a lot of characters. They should nerf more of this kind of heat bullshit, more of these heat strings for all that it concerns you. So good change actually. I like this. Also, what else? The same change they did to this move, they also did to the heat version of this move, as you can see. Oh my god, stop following me, fucking piece of shit. Okay, so like this, you see the same change that they did to the normal version of it, even to the powered up version of it. So again, that's good. Also, Snake Eyes, you see how many changes, by the way. 4 for 1 plus 2 now on Snake Eyes now. Chip damage is less. Chip damage is less, way less, even though I think this move should have like 5 chip damage, if you ask me. And the hit consumption is way more. It went from -240 to -300. So you can spam this move way less. Let's say you activate Heat Burst. You can basically use this move only twice in a row. Very healthy change for the game. Good job, finally. Because again, you used to spam the shit out of this multiple times. The heat consumption was not very high. So again, they finally nerfed heat with Bryan. Why didn't they do the same to the other characters? Why? It's what I'm asking since a long time. Also, QCF 1 plus 2, now, another nerf, sorry, to Bryan's parry, sorry, another nerf I forgot to show. Now, basically, I'm gonna show you, but the parry, the parry now has a different hit animation. I'll let you see. This kind of hit animation, you see, before this parry used to ward splat. Now it doesn't ward splat anymore. Okay, so that's another nerf to the move. This doesn't ward splat anymore. So for a million damage, that's also good. That's also a healthy change, because this is a fucking frame fast animation and frame fast parry. They used to do a lot of damage, especially at the wall, because of this fucking broken carried character. And now instead you only have Oki on the ground, basically. even though I saw that you can still combo from certain angles. I'll try to showcase if I can. Let's see. It will take some takes, guys. So let's see. Like this, you see? Like this. So it can still combo in specific situations, but they're situational. Instead, before it was always a ward spread for guaranteed damage, and it was fucking broken. Okay, that's another nerf to heat, another nerf to this bullshit. You see how many nerfs to Bryan, by the way, how many nerfs to the heat bullshit. Do more of these, please, do more of this. Okay, also, QCF 1+2 now went from 28 to 23 damage, so less damage on this move. One of the most broken moves that Bryan had, probably. And I think this move should be minus 30. The last change I would like to for this move is for it to be minus 10 on block, by the way, if you ask me. But again, it's not because I want Bryan destroyed. I want the same kind of tools and the same kind of nerfs to everybody else. A lot of moves that are basically easy approach should be minus 10. And this is one of the examples, again. This move should be minus 10 on block, if you ask me. But again, also, again, so the damage has been reduced, and now chip damage doesn't do any chip damage on block. So again, a pretty big nerf for the move. As you can see, no chip damage. That's always good to see. Chip damage reduction, it's always good to see. Nice. Another nerf to forward 3. Basically now, this move doesn't counter it. This move used to counter it, even if you're on the back of Bryan almost. They finally fixed this fucking issue. So now it's way less to occur. That basically you're trying to whiff punish this move, and you get fucking obliterated even if you're on the back of Bryan's basically. So now it's way more difficult to occur that you get fucking counter launched from the back. On this move. So again, good change. So all of these changes, guys, are very healthy, and I like all of these changes. These are what everybody should have gotten in Season 3, instead of fucking buffing King even more, for example, okay? If they did this kind of reasoning to every single character, as always, the game will be fixed. It will be the best Tekken ever. Honestly, guys, these are the kind of changes you want to see. Do more of these, for fuck's sake. Do more of these, okay? So, is the character fixed? I think still no, because there are still things that yes, I think are out of control. For example, they didn't touch this move. This is the last move they need to touch, because I think this move is too much. This move is still too much. It's a fucking 13 frame without considering the execution. So let's say 16 frames. 16 frame move, plus 5 on block, leaves very close. And it counter launches for insane damage. Like, this move needs to go. It needs to be gutted a little bit. How? There are multiple ways in which you can balance this move and make it a little bit more fair. For example, you can nerf the block frames. Instead of plus 5, I don't know, 0 on block, for example. You can increase, so this is a way. Or also, for example, you increase the distance on block, okay, and so it won't leave so close, okay. Or also, the last way you can do is nerf the hit reaction on this move. For example, how? Let's say that normally it only knocks down with no guaranteed follow-up, and on counter it, maybe it leaves on the ground for a guaranteed follow-up, maybe on counter it. That would be maybe a way to balance. Like, either you leave the counter launch, but it leaves way far away from you, or like very worse frames on block, or you leave or you nerf the counter launch with the same properties on block, for example. That could be a way of balancing this move. This move needs to be gutted a little bit, because this move is too broken for a character like Bryan. Because again, he has such an easy way to approach opponents with almost zero risk. The only risk is that it's a high. That's the only risk. The rest is completely in Bryan's favor. Also, look at the chip damage, by the way. Like, this move has too many good properties, and it needs to be a little bit toned down as well. Also, for example, what I don't like about the character also as well. I think most of the stuff has been nerfed. For example, 1-to-1 I think should be nerfed a little bit. Why? Because this comes from a jab string, and you can delay the last hit, and now the last hit is only -6 on block. You see, you understand how not big of a deal -6 is on block. For example, I think what you could do on this move is either bringing back the counter hit effect it had before, okay, so side counter hit and not front counter it. Or you leave the same counter it and you make it -9 or -10 even, if you ask me. Like all of the other jab strings in the game. Why is this safe? Why is this safe? Tell me, why is this safe? It doesn't make any sense. So he needs. So the point is that it's still, for example, also the full crouch low should be -14 for all that it concerns me. This should be -14 because it's fucking +7 on hit, and it should be a little bit more risky on block. Not -13 is not enough if you ask me. -14 could be good for a move that it's so fucking strong on Oki and so on. And honestly, it's such a great tool. Back 1 +2 as well. Maybe I would make it a little bit more less oppressive instead of +4. Maybe I don't know, +1 or something. Like there is some stuff that we still need to tune down. But again, not only on him. That's pretty. I want to specify this. Not only on Bryan. We don't need the same change on Bryan. We need on everyone else like him. Everyone else needs to be even more tuned down. Okay, but I gotta say that apart from this, they did a good job on Bryan. Like all of what I saw today are good changes. Okay, so let's do more of these. Okay, Bandai, wake up! So, let me know what you guys think in the comments about Bryan. That's all for today. And see you guys very soon again. Take care. Love you. Bye!